Okay, so there was once a time where this guy was really loved. Enter Marco Rubio, who was once seen as the face of the Tea Party movement, the face of conservatives, universally loved, but now he's definitely hated by the hard right and also at the same time hated by moderates. So what exactly did Marco Rubio do wrong to get hated by almost everyone? To explain this, we got to look at the rise of Marco Rubio and explaining why Marco Rubio was so loved by the Republicans, particularly the Tea Party movement in 2010. We have to look at why Republicans really hated this guy right here, Republican Governor Charlie Crist. It began in 2007 when Charlie Crist, who was the governor of Florida, announced that he was going to be making the Florida presidential primary earlier, taking place on January 28th, what was originally supposed to take place in March, and that was violating a lot of rules the Republican and Democrat Party set. But the reason he did it was because Charlie Crist wanted his endorsement to be worth more, and he saw the writing on the wall in 2008 where John McCain was probably going to be the nominee, so he decided to endorse him, campaign for him, and he was doing that hoping John McCain would make him the vice presidential pick, and he was briefly considered. But then the hate got a lot bigger in 2009 when this guy right here, Mel Martinez, the senator of Florida, decided to resign from the Senate, saying he was just done with politics and wanted to retire. Charlie Crist was the governor, and because of that, he had the power to pick the new senator until the re-election in 2010. The Republican Party of Florida asked Charlie Crist to pick this guy right here, Lincoln Diaz-Balart, who's a well-established congressman in the state, and many thought it was his term because of his seniority in Congress. But Charlie Crist didn't want to do that, and the reason was he wanted to run for Senate himself in 2010 so he could run for president in 2012, having this thick resume. So what he did was he picked this guy right here, George Lamouks, to be the senator, and this guy had almost no experience at all. He was a campaign aide for Charlie Crist, but he made him a senator just to hold the seat for him so he could run in 2010. That's what led to the rise of Marco Rubio, because Charlie Crist was seen as this ultra-establishment guy who wasn't that popular in the Republican Party, and then Marco Rubio runs as this young guy who's the Speaker of the Florida House, and he's running as the much more conservative option. So Charlie Crist got his ass kicked in the primary by Marco Rubio, so then he drops out of the primary to run as an independent, and then Marco Rubio absolutely destroyed it, where he got 49% of the vote, Charlie Crist got about 29%, and then Kendrick Meek, the Democrat, got 20%. So yeah, Marco Rubio really got popular as the ultimate Tea Party win in 2010. The problem was Republicans realized Marco Rubio wasn't that conservative the way they wanted him to be, where he joined the Gang of Eight in 2013, which was trying to get immigration reform to give amnesty to illegal immigrants, and then he also missed 25% of his votes in the U.S. Senate, and he was just taking a lot of corporate money, and people saw him as a shill. In 2016, he ran for president and got absolutely destroyed by Chris Christie in this debate.
Doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. But I would add this: let's dispel with this fiction that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. We are not facing a president that doesn't know what he's doing. He knows what he is doing. Fine, this notion that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing is just not true.
There it is.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
The memorized 25-second speech.
That was the final nail in the coffin for his campaign, and yeah, he is Secretary of State now, but ultimately at the end of the day, he only got that because Trump wanted some appeal to the establishment. But yeah, the establishment doesn't like him anymore, the Trump base doesn't like him, so I don't think there's a future for him. But with that, Red, Blue, and You, I'm Charles Pearl. Subscribe, learn something.